Only one NBA game tonight, but the NFL draft was last night. How did your team do? Good, bad, indifferent? Let me know. Let's go. Hey everybody, good morning. It is Craig Ben, aka Cash Cake, back with another NBA Prize Picks video. Sorry, took yesterday off. Today, my old butt is 42, so I enjoyed a little bit of time with my family. But I'm back at it today. Got only one game here for basketball. We got a bunch of baseball, so I'm going to do a strikeout video after this. So we'll put a few videos out there so we can take advantage of it. But again, yeah, if you like these videos, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification so you know when we upload them as the lines do move. Again, I got 4 plays for you. Let me know. Do you think Memphis is going to close this out? If you watched that last game, unbelievable layup by Morant to win that game. I really thought it was going to overtime. But hey, this series has been amazing. Going back into Minnesota, I kind of hope that Minnesota wins because I'd like to see a Game 7 here because it's been a lot of fun. Plus, we get a little bit more NBA action in our lives. But with that, hey, let's just go check this out and see what we got on tap. All right, as you can tell, I have the NBA Prize Picks desktop up here. If you do not have an account, make sure you head on over there and use that promo code DFSArmy and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. The link is in the description below. All right, like I said, I got 4 plays here for you. We'll drop. I'm only going to do one video for NBA today, being only one game. There's a lot of ways you can go with this, but I found 4 that I like. First one we're going to talk about, we're going to go Desmond Bane. And I'm going to go over 19.5 points here. The line is around 21.5. A lot of books out there. And if you could, as you see, he's on a hot streak. And this is the kind of guy, when he gets on a hot streak, he continues to let it rip. So the last 3 games that he's went over in all 3 of these games, he shot 19, 18, and 20 times, shooting 42, 61, and 45% from the field. So shooting a lot more than those first 2 games. He shot 15. He went 6 for 15 this first game, and he went 5 for 10 the second game. But these last 3, 8 for 19, 11 for 18, and 9 for 20. And both these games were games that were at Minnesota here. So going to get another game on the road. I think he shows out again, shoots a ton. Should play a ton of minutes, getting to the free throw line, 5-4, 5-4 the last 4 games, which you love to see. And the 3-point attempts are the big thing because that's what he shoots a ton of. So the first 2 games, he only shot, he was 3 for 8, 1 for 4 this game. And then he shot 7 for 15. He went 8 for 12 and just nuclear this game. And then last game, he only shot 3 for 8. But yeah, it should be a great game. Him on the road, 19.5. I think we're getting it. Like I said, a lot of the books out there already have it at 21.5. So we should be able to get, this is just too low for him. It should definitely be over at 20.5 with how well he's been shooting. So we're going to go over Desmond Bane points here. The next one we're going to go to is right next door. We're going to go Karl-Anthony Towns over 23.5 points. Again, this is a win or go home kind of game here. And the line is around 25.5 out there in a lot of the books. So again, they're kind of like lowering all these lines here for us. So I'm going to take advantage of this. The last 2 games, 33 and 28. And it all comes down to foul trouble with him, right? The 2 games that he struggled with, he only shot 7 and 4 times. And that just can't happen. He's got to shoot like this, where he shot 8 for 17, 7 for 15. And this game here, he shot 11 for 18. So as long as they keep that game plan going, and that's when, the games have been competitive, it's just he's got to stay on the floor. The problem as well is, this game, 5 fouls, 3 fouls, 5 fouls, 5 fouls, 3 fouls. He gets into foul trouble. Now, he's not as bad as Jaren Jackson Jr. That dude has a 0 basketball IQ, and he's been like that his entire career. Like, he just doesn't understand to get out of the way and don't foul. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. He frustrates me so much, and it's why Brandon Clark's been crushing this series, because Jaren Jackson Jr. can't stay on this damn court because he can't stop fouling. But that's a whole different story, and it's just... I just don't understand his mindset at all. But Karl-Anthony Towns, very similar to a point. He's not quite as bad as Jaren Jackson Jr., but the foul trouble is a concern with him. But if not, at home here, they get the home crowd with him. I think he's going to continue to shoot, 16, 18, 20 times. And we should see, him do very well. So I like to over Karl-Anthony Towns here at home. The next one we're going to look at here, we're going to actually go to fantasy score. We're going to go down here to Pat Bev. Pat Bev, 26 fantasy score. And if we kind of look at this a little bit, the 2 games at home, he's played the most minutes. He played 37 minutes this game. He played 34 minutes this game, putting up 36.9 and 31.9 fantasy score. Only 22.6 in this last game, but he fouled out. He only played 28 minutes. He put up 22.6. The good thing with him is he gets his hands on a lot of balls. This game he had 1 steal, 1 block. This game he had 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 2 steals. This game 1 block. In this game, he had 1 block, 1 steal. So does a lot of that, gets a lot of, gets some assists here, some rebounds, some score. Just does a little bit of everything. And he just thrives off the crowd, on these home games. And he's going to be amped up here. I think he's going to be a little bit more aggressive because of that. And the 2 home games, he shot, the 5 for 8 and 5 for 13 this game here where he put up 36.9. Now, I don't expect so much of that, but 26 points, he gets you, a block and a steal or 2 steals. He's already at 6. And with the rest of his peripherals, because he gets assists, because he gets rebounds, and he's out there and getting some shots, and as long as those, he'll get to the rim, I like the over 26 fantasy points for him. The next one we're going to look at here, we're going to go over to assist for our last one that we're looking at. And I'm going to go Ja Morant. I mean, I didn't mind looking at his points as well, but since we're going Desmond Bane over points, this kind of correlates pretty well. As you can see, he's went over this. The line is actually 9.5 at a lot of books that are out there. So I don't mind taking a shot at Ja Morant at 8.5. At 9.5, I wouldn't touch it. But 8.5, I feel like we're getting a little bit of a discount here. Both games are at Minnesota. He went over at 10 and 15. I still think he's going to shoot plenty, but I also think he's going to get his guys involved here. Close spread with Memphis favored by 1.5, 229 over under. He's going to be out there a ton to try to close this thing out, right? In the 2 games he played at Minnesota, he played 40 and 33 minutes. And we should see 40 minutes out of him in a close game. And the way he drives to the rim and gets people to go after him, as long as Desmond Bane can knock down a few shots. One thing that Clark that's out there is Clark, loves to run to the rim and is in the right spot at all times. So you love to see that. But as long as these guys can hit some, if Brooks can hit a few shots as well, that's always a big if with him. That guy frustrates me. But if Desmond Bane's hitting some shots, he should get a few assists there. But I just like this number a little bit. If we're looking at points, I think his points is at 25.5. I don't like that quite as much. He's only went over that 25.5 mark twice in the series. In the other series, 23, 16, 11. I think he's going to get a little more assists here on the road and let these guys, score the bucket, and they're going to try to stop him in the lane a little bit more. So I like the over 8.5 assists for him. So if we look at all these plays that we got, I know we got all overs here, but all the lines are a couple points lower here. They're almost begging us to take the overs. Like you said, Desmond Bane's at 21.5 out there in the books, and we get 19.5. So I'm going to take the over. But that'd be number 1. Karl-Anthony Towns, same thing. It's 2 points under the books. We're going to take the over as number 2 of Cat over 23.5 points. And then number 3, Pat Bev over 26 fantasy score. And then Ja Morant over 8.5 assists. So those are the 4 plays I got. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button on your way out. And I will drop a strikeout video here soon. And again, appreciate each and every one of you. Have a fantastic Friday. TGIF. See you on the flip side. Deuces.